Hey, this is Jamey from Stonemaier Games, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite mechanism in Sea Salt and Paper, a game that I played for the first time on Board Game Arena just the other day. And for that reason, I don't really have any visuals for you. I played it online, and it's a fairly simple card game, but I do recommend checking out what the game looks like because it has really, really beautiful, distinct origami art. It's photographs of origami in the game. There are a couple of mechanisms that I really like. One quick one is that the game has two discard piles. Often on your turn, you are drawing, well, always on your turn, you are either drawing the top card of one discard pile, or you're drawing two cards from the top of the deck and putting one of them in your hand and the other on the top of a discard pile. I think it was just a good reminder to me that having more than one common discard pile can be a neat mechanism, especially if the cards don't have a lot of information on them that players need to look over to see what information is on those cards. It just gives you a little choice as to what card you want to cover up in the hopes that you might get it later or that someone else doesn't get it immediately after you. So I like that mechanism. I think my favorite mechanism in the game, though, is that often on your turn, you can play a card for its benefit, but you can only do that if you've created a pair of cards. And really, you're playing two cards to gain a single benefit. Many of the cards have a benefit in the upper left, and they show you one other card that they want to be with. And if you find that other card, oftentimes it's like you have a crab card and it wants another crab card. But sometimes it's two different cards. I think there's one that's a shark and a swimmer. Those two want to be together. And so if you manage to find those two cards, you can play them at the same time, which is worth points at the end of the round, and it's worth a special benefit that you gain right away. And I think that is really cool. That each card by default does not have its own ability, but you're constantly looking for cards to pair with those cards to activate those abilities. It gives you the feeling of a combo, even though you aren't really building a combo. You're just collecting two cards. It's kind of set collection in that way. You're collecting two cards and gaining that benefit. But it also gives you a short-term goal, or really a goal throughout the round to pursue. If you don't know which card to take, that's an easy way to figure it out. If I have a crab card, I'm trying to find another crab card. It also means that it's a great reason to pay attention to which cards other players take from the top of the discard pile and which cards they discard, because it gives you a signal that if you just saw a player like discard a crab card, it probably means they're not going after crab cards, and that might be something for you to go for. Or if they pick up a crab card, it's a signal that maybe now you know they have a crab card in hand, and you might try to prevent them from getting another crab card. So it adds a really nice decision space there, given that you're pairing cards to activate special benefits and bonuses, rather than just using individual cards to do that. That is my favorite mechanism in Sea Salt and Paper. There's another whole thing the game does with kind of triggering the end of the round, which I think is interesting. I wouldn't call it my favorite mechanism, but it is interesting and worth looking into if you want to watch another video about it. But yeah, the pairing system is my favorite mechanism in this game. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you've played it in person or on Board Game Arena. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks.